And I am so dreadfully sorry for running late. I literally just walked in from the mill, which is why we're in the office setup as opposed to the proper setup. I just ran out of time. So I know, insane. How is everyone? How is everyone's weekends? I hope it went pretty well for you. I apologise for all the banging and clanging that you will be hearing. It is utter chaos around here at the moment. In fact, I'm not going to pick the camera up, and this is literally probably the tidiest corner of the office right here. You can even see with Claire's little corner over there, it's looking pretty cray-cray, and it's because we are redoing all the shelves in the shelving system in the warehouse at the moment, which is why I wasn't here on Thursday, because I was covering the shop and it was utter bedlam out the back. So it is, yes, it is utter madness out there right now. So that's what's going on, and the banging and clanging, and it is ultimate girl power, and they're putting all of those shelves up. So it's pretty cool, but it'll be really wonderful once it's done. So it will just make sure that everything is going to look absolutely fabulous. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I know I'm late. I'm so late, but I'm here now. I am here now. So what did I have? I did actually have things. I've lost my knitting. I haven't even been out in the shop this morning. I'm kind of hoping it's in the shop. I went to go and do some on the weekend, and I went to pick it up and I couldn't find it. So I'm kind of hoping I've left it in the shop. So I did no knitting, and then I thought, well, I have lost my mojo a little bit, and I didn't feel like shoji. So I decided that maybe I would do a bit of crochet, and I've got this new color trial that's at home and it's looking really pretty. So I thought, I might do something with that. And then I kind of didn't get into that either. So I'm a bit slack, haven't really done anything. But that's okay. That's okay. You get that on the big jobs, so it's all good. What did arrive when I got here first thing this morning. The courier was here when I arrived at about 7:15, and he had with him the Yarnology magazine. Yep, that's right. We've been waiting for it. It's not on the web now. Before you go rushing out to the website to go and find it, it's literally not there yet. And I haven't had a chance to go through and have a decent look. I had a flick through on the previous weekend, because our wonderful neighbour and friend Christine from Yarn and Things Around the Corner, we're in the same knit group together. So she had her copy, so I was able to get a quick little look, but it's utterly beautiful, beautifully bound, and it is so nice to actually have a magazine, another magazine here, which is Australasian based. And I did know, now I'm just going to jump through because I didn't, there we go. But here is someone that you guys should all recognize. It's Tom from Tandy. Yes, the fantastic Tom Dennis from Tanduan Court Station in rural Victoria. So there's a whole big piece on him, which is fabulous because we love Tom. And yeah, there's a whole heap of stuff actually. There's it's nice. There's some really good reading in here, which I really, really like. And it's actually going to be a publication that you can actually curl up with a coffee and really sit down and enjoy. So I'm absolutely going to be loving this. These will be $29 when I get them loaded up onto the website, which fingers crossed will happen today. I just need to get Claire to literally put a code in the system for it, for us to be able to do it. But they are definitely here, and I have a good little pile of those, so I'm most excited about that. So that is great news. Good morning. Oh, everyone's here this morning. This is great. What else has been happening here? Oh, the other thing too did you notice the Pantone colour of the year was announced? It looks like over the weekend or at the end of the week. The Pantone colour of the year, and I haven't talked about this for ages, but Pantone is something. Actually, let's pull it up. Should we pull it up? Huh? Let's pull it, because we can. I have the technology of the year. Right. As you can tell, totally, totally organised, not. Oh, and she's gone and looked at the wrong place. No, I don't need to see that, thank you. There we go. So colour of the year is something that they do, there it is, that's what I was looking for. Right. We look at Pantone colour. So Pantone are colour people, and what they do is they set the themes for a lot of trends. So they look at where colour is going, what colour is doing. I look at the Pantone colour trends. They set out colour collections seasonally, and it helps people, particularly in fashion and design, to see where colour trends are sort of moving. So we've seen a lot of what I call beachy, pastel-y themes and colour trends. With hand knitting, interestingly enough, we tend to see those colour trends move into our sort of world a little bit later, but not always. And the color that it was interesting, the color that was announced this week for color of the year, I wasn't surprised by. Tabitha's just said, I hope it's not orange. It's not orange. I'm not surprised actually, because this color is a color that when I first started designing yarn ranges more than a decade ago, that if I put this color in a range, it would be the number one color that would sell out. And then it sort of waxed off, and now it's sort of waxed on again. And we find that a lot with colors. Colors come and they come and go. And I'm seeing a lot of color trends at the moment for shades that were really popular sort of through the early part of the 80s, what I like to call the pre-neon days of the 80s, starting to actually come through. And actually what I'm wearing would be a really classic example of that. So those colour trends do wax and wane and come through. So this is what... Oh, I've already done that. What am I doing? Cancel. This is... There we go. This is the colour guide. And this is what it looks like. There you go. Look at this. So the colour, when we get round to here, this is it here. Very Perry is colour of the year. Dynamic periwinkle blue hue with a with vivifying violet red undertones. What on earth is that? Gosh, you can tell a market has written this, can't you? Blue hue with a vivifying, you have to be sober to say that, vivifying violet red undertone blends the faithfulness and consistency of blue with the energy and excitement of red, which is ultimately a really waffly way of saying purple. But it is. It's a very, very pretty tone of purple. And oh, there we go. Oh, look, they've even given us a little video of Very Perry. Do we want to do the video? I don't think we want to do the video. So this is what they've gone and done. Now, interestingly enough, I'll get rid of that. Here's one I happened to have prepared earlier. This is dyed for me, and of course the light on here, it is exactly that shade of purple. But it's interesting. See, this is a shade that I started popping back into ranges a lot across this year. And it's gone into a number of ranges. I think it went back into the Alpaca 3-ply. I know Deb bought back her version of this in Bohemia for her current color collection, and it is just a really, really beautiful tone. We have, and I think it's an extension of those kind of pastel gelato type tones that have been really, really popular over the last few years. And it's really pretty. And what I do love about it is it crosses for me the boundary between something that works as very appealing to a younger age group, but it is, you can actually wear it and enjoy it and love it as a more mature colour. Reminds Lavender Fields Tablet. Fleur, I'm so glad you said this. She said, I love the colour jacaranda flowers. And yes, you're 100% correct. And when I drove to work this morning, down Taradale Road, the suburbs in and around, there's Onikawa, which is where we are situated right now, and Marewa are the two suburbs close together. And both of those suburbs, especially Marewa, is planted with a plethora of jacaranda trees, which are all flowering at the moment and all look utterly amazing. And just like it's almost like jacarandas are the signification of a New Zealand suburban Christmas, and Pahutakawa is the tree and flowers of a New Zealand coastal Christmas, and they're absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Kimber, it does look sky blue in my light, but it is, I can tell you, it is a beautiful mauvey purple. And it is lovely. It is absolutely glorious. And it is so nice to have that colour back. It was a colour that we sort of kept out of ranges for the longest time. And I started reintroducing it back this year because I just had a feeling that these purples and grapes they come back round in cycles. And I'm actually quite excited to have it back. It's nice to have that colour back. I've missed it, which will be really nice. So that is your Pantone colour of the year. And like anything, it is fashion, and we roll around with those and have things come and go. Speaking of colour, and actually, have I got a sneaky one here I can show you? Has Claire got one on her desk? I'll just have a look and see if there is. I'll show you a sample of what we've been playing around with at the mill, and you're going to love this. Hold on. I'm amazed I could find it because honestly, Claire's desk looks like something died on it. And believe me, mine's just as bad. It is absolute carnage here at the moment. But this is one that we're playing around with at the moment at the mill. Isn't that look gorgeous? Really gorgeous. And this is a trial, so this hasn't gone into production yet. We're loving this colours, and this has sort of got purples and teals and blues, and it's a new dyeing method that when I say the royal we, that Ian is playing around with. So look out for next year. That will be coming into production next year. So we're really excited about that. Really, really excited about that. So we are still continuing to evolve and do some really exciting things, which is great. Now, Stitchin Summer. You guys have been loving Stitchin Summer. On Thursday, we had the beautiful Italiano blankets, which are the brushed alpaca blankets, 3 shades, all made with yarn spun by us, and we've had woven by our friends at Masterweave in Masterton. We sold heaps. It was amazing. They are still available. If you did miss out, do come in and have a look. We've got the 3 Italiano colours, and then we also have some which we've gotten directly from Masterweave, from their standard collection, some beautiful waffle blankets and creams, and they're absolutely stunning. So if you're stuck for a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, because I mean, let's face it, they're still rolling around this time of year, aren't they? And also weddings and other celebrations, those blankets are there, and they make an absolutely fantastic and beautiful gift. So just go to Blanket on the website. They would be awesome, a really fantastic gift, so we can get those out to you. What else we had so many things to tell. Oh, tomorrow. You guys want a sneak peek for tomorrow? Speaking of blankets and speaking of brushed alpaca, I knew there was a segue there, natural segue into these things. Tomorrow is going to be the deepest discount you've ever seen on Stitchin Summer. Ever, ever, ever. This is a yarn that is that brushed alpaca. It is utterly beautiful, soft and glorious. If you fancy knitting your own blanket, but the idea of purchasing a good substantial amount of alpaca and knitting that up or weaving that up daunts you, we're going to make it nice and easy for you tomorrow, because we have this, which is actually currently already sitting on the sale page. It's usually this yarn would retail for $9.95. This, I think it's $9.90. She says that. She better check, I'm pretty certain it's $9.95. Might even be a little bit more, actually. Oh, dear. Better check. Yeah, $9.95. That's right. Don't doubt yourself, Marie. Don't doubt yourself. This is getting dropped down to tomorrow to, where is my piece of paper? Yep. $2 a ball. Yeah, you heard me right. $2 a ball. $2 a ball. $2 a ball. Um, there is a reason, and I'm going to fess up on that reason. Is when this went through, it was dyed in a couple of batches. In fact, about three sort of smallish batches, and it is an over dye. So what had happened is they had dyed this up for someone else, another client, and the color wasn't quite right, so they just over dyed it black. Uh, and in fact, I'm going to tell you a story. That's how the term Black Friday came about. A lot of people think it's all in regards to superstition and all the rest of it. Black Cats, Friday the 13th, la la la. No, Black Friday is actually a term that comes out of the textile industry, which is the one day every month that they would dye up all the cock ups and stuff ups and oopses and dooms across a mill at any given time, and usually either once a week or once a month they would dye all those stuff ups black, and it was always called Black Friday. So there you go. Thank you, Peter Chatterton, for that piece of knowledge. So anyway, one of the batches, and we don't know which one it is not quite as colour fast as the others. So when there could be potentially, once you've completed it and you go to set it or soak it, that there could be a little bit of dye leaching, which is quite normal with deep and dark colours. But we just want to, we weren't 100% certain. So we decided that because we had a bit of it and there was quite a lot, and we thought, you know what? We're going to make it super good value. The only thing I suggest is that you don't knit this with a light coloured yarn because obviously there could be a little bit of bleed. How fluffy? Heather's asking, is alpaca quite fluffy knitted up? Yes, so there it is there, Heather. And it is, it is. It's not super fluffy because it's not as long. Can you see the fibers? It's not like a long mohair, but it's a denser fluff, whereas the mohair has quite often longer strands, so it can be a little bit more wispy, whereas this tends to be a wee bit denser. If you want to sort of fluff it up a little bit more, a little tip I can give you is if you want to sort of comb it or fluff things up a little bit more, if you've got a little brush, like a gentle grooming brush for a pet, preferably a cat. That's obviously not got cat hair in it, but that's actually quite good for giving something a little soft brush up. Or even actually a nice bristle brush, similar to the old cobbling, polishing, shoe polishing, something like that will help brush and lift up those, those things quite again. It's lovely. It's lovely. So this will make fantastic blankets if you're wanting to do long line cardigans, if you're wanting to double strand this with something else. Just be aware though, if you're double stranding, put it back with either black or something dark. But $2 a ball, honestly, it's going to fly. We do have a good chunk of it because they'd obviously been saving it all up, and we had it all arrive here, and we were like, okay, we weren't expecting that. But we kind of thought, bother it. They're putting all the new shelves up at the moment, and we don't want to put it away. So that's why you're getting it at such a good price. We want you to buy it all so Claire doesn't have to put it on the shelf, essentially. So that's great news, isn't it? I'm also going to have another cracking special, which I might get loaded today. It will definitely happen this week. It won't be a single day only. It will be something that will be heavily reduced. It's going to be a real cracker, and it's essentially going to be heavily reduced until it's all gone across Stitchin summer period. And it is going up at that price because we want it all gone, because we're not going to make space for it on this new shelving system. I know. So we're going to be doing that. Oh, Joanne, what ply is it? Or would you recommend a needle size? Oh, okay. No, good question, Jo. I'll put my glasses. I think I've got it in as a DK. It's 121 meters per ball, and I think it is technically in this brush format a DK. However, as you well know, if you want, yes. So I've gone and put a needle recommendation on this at 4 to 4.5 millimeter and a tension recommendation of 20 stitches. So that would give, and that's based on complete fabric cover factor. So you can get, good cover factor on a fabric. Obviously, you can up or down play your needle size however you wish. If you want to double strand it back with another black and actually do like a bulky or chunky type yarn and really chunk your needle size up, I would go with the Skeinz Sock Black, would work beautifully for that. And if you added that back with it, then you could pull your needle size, I reckon easily comfortably up to an 8 millimeter. So that would work for a lot of those petite knit type patterns. I know she uses those bigger needle sizes if you wanted to pop those two together. So that's something that you could do with those for sure. Absolutely for sure. Right. Now, I haven't even checked the Rav this morning. This is how behind I am. I am so behind. Shall we have a quick look, shall we? See where the... No, hold on. I'm sure I've got the... There we go. I have got the Ravelry on there. Oh, my Lord. It has just been so bonkers. And it looks like there's going to be some rain. We had it poured all day here yesterday. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what's hot, shall we, people? Let's go and put this over so you can have a look too. I haven't even had a look. This is how bad it is. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. Let's look together. See, this is the... Oh, okay. Oh, look. Here we go. Here we go. Our friend Jennifer has something new. Look at that. Eh? Wishbone. So what is she calling this one? She's calling this Avena. Isn't that pretty? That's very pretty. Very wheat sheafy, isn't it? You know what this instantly screams to me? This instantly screams to me Mahana. Don't know why. It just does. Yeah, and at that tension too. Definitely Mahana. She's saying here worsted. I'd love to know where they get these gauges from. Oh, I now know why. Yarn Flex Flood. Oh, I don't know. What's the composition of that yarn? Is that... Oh, that'll be... Wow, really? 20 stitch tension on that? I suppose if you gave it an aggressive block. Okay, right. God, I'm sounding like Ethan. She's saying 20 stitch tension using a 3.75 millimeter needle. Now, to be fair, if you used Mahana and you gave it an aggressive block, you probably will get that. If you're using a wool yarn, I think you'll probably find that you will need to push that needle size up, if I am being brutally honest. It's pretty, though. I do quite like that helical sort of sheath design. Oh, look at that. There's some nice colour work. Oh, hold on. What do we got here? Oh, this is pretty. So this is Harrisville design. Actually, and this is from earlier this year. I don't know why this is all popular now, but this, there we go. Look at this. This will be perfect in our flight naturals. Look at that. So I know this Harrisville is a woolen spun, but yes, definitely. And if you're looking for something in flight naturals, that's a bit of colour work. I would certainly. Oh, that's why it's up there. To get this, there we go. Go to our website to get the pattern for free this weekend. If you don't have a code. Oh, well, there you go then. You heard it here first. See, this is what happens when we do this together, people. Let's get rid of that. Oh, look at that. See now this. See, here we go. This is exciting. We love designs from Melanie Berg. I think Melanie has got a promotion at the bundle promotion at the moment. I've got a funny feeling. Yes, here we go. She's with her advent calendar. Yeah, and I know her designs are, they're beautiful, they're timeless, they're absolutely stunning. So that is definitely always a, and there's, look at, actually this is a really good thing. Look at all these little gifty ideas, leg warmers, hats. Oh, look at that pussycat, gorgeous little hats, mitts, little stuff. There's plenty there as neat little gifty bits and pieces. So there's actually, so, oh gosh, look at the puppy dog sweater there. It is all, oh, there's lots of new stuff hiding around on the front page of the Rav today. So that's great. Oh, like it, like it, like it. Right. Oh, Kathy's saying if I double stranded the black fur, it would knit up for a really squishy blanket. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Well, Barbara's saying wait until Wednesday. So Barbara is in the Bay of Plenty. Wait until Wednesday. You may need kayaks or a rowboat. Yeah, I have to admit. So for those in the Northern Hemisphere are wondering what we're going on about, there is a tropical cyclone which is bearing down on New Zealand coming out of New Caledonia. And they've done a lot of modelling. And depending on which model it follows, we're either going to get grazed by it and just get the a lot of rain, essentially, for the top half of the North Island, which potentially might come as far south as us here. Or if it tracks, I know one of the models that I saw had it to track right across the middle of the island. So by the time it gets down to us, it would have downgraded completely just to a low, depression, but it means a truckload of rain. So it can be quite full on. And I know that Tabitha's here on the East Coast, but I am Cyclone Ruby. Thank you, Margaret. I forgot this name. Cyclone Ruby, it's called. But I also know, too, from all my family and friends in the central part of the US, which most of them are in Ohio. But, of course, if you're not aware, they have had massive late tornadoes, usually tornado seasons through the middle of the year. To get tornadoes in the middle of December is very unusual, and they've had a massive swathe of storms, I think going all the way from Arkansas, Tennessee, up through Kentucky and Ohio. And it is, yeah. Oh, hey, Charles. Yeah, pray for us. In the US, horrible tornadoes killed over 100 a couple of nights ago. Yeah, I saw that, Charles. I've got some friends that were that live in the areas affected. Fortunately, they were all okay, but it was pretty ghastly, particularly through Kentucky. I understand things were pretty rough. So, yeah, last thing anybody needs right on Christmas. Right, I'm going to stop yabbering, and I'm so sorry for being late, but I'm going to stop yabbering now so I can hit the ground running and get all these wonderful things set up for you. So don't forget, tomorrow, Stitchin Summer tomorrow is this black. It's on the sale page if you're looking for it, but obviously when your newsletter comes out, the link will be in there, but it is on the sale page. It'll be in store and online, and look out a little later in the week. Well, hopefully I'll get Yarnology up as well. I only have a limited number of copies of those. If I do get Yarnology up, I will let you know. I will probably pop that into social media, or I may even tack it on to the end of the Stitchin Summer Stitchin. Actually, I might even try and get a newsletter out today if I can, ahead of time, if I get Yarnology up. But yes, there's still plenty to be had. Still plenty of fun to be had before Christmas. I'm going to be talking to the courier just to check in terms of delivery dates and times. There has been some delays we've noticed, not coming from our end. We're actually getting things out on time. Damien's been trucking along pretty well despite the chaos in the warehouse. It just appears it's the general seasonal busyness. Some areas are much busier than others, so we apologise for any delays there. But we will do our best to track them down for you. All right, until then, take care. I will see you again on Thursday, fingers crossed. Have a great day, and I was hoping I can get all my codes and bits and pieces done. All right, until then, take care. Bye.